Hello, guys, and welcome down to the CoasterGen Show this week. We are joined by Joe from Theme Park Insanity and Jammy, as well as James. Say hi, James.
Hi, James.
So, hello to everybody in the chat. It's been a bit of a slow week this week, so we thought we would touch upon the London resort plans. We are going to go through them in quite a lot of detail pretty soon. Get your questions in as well. And yeah, today's show is sponsored by Recovering Airtime Addict clothing line, which is obviously Chris's from Screw Loop. So if you go over to his Teespring store and use the offer code, now, does somebody else want to read the offer code? Because I don't really want to say the offer code.
No, you can say the offer code.
Okay, use the offer code. I love Hero.
And how's that spelled?
Oh, love it.
How's that spelt? THAT, mate. That's how you spell that.
No, the offer code.
It's
Because it's
ILUV Hero.
Do
It's
you
on the
indeed?
screen
That was-
anyway. In
That's
fact,
what we list.
in fact, there you go. There's the offer code in glorious. I don't have to say it again now. Great. But yeah, I love Hero. Actually, you know what? Hero's not that bad. It's not as bad as Infusion. I'd take Hero over Infusion, I think.
Don't even get me started on that one, mate. Seriously.
How's your back, Joe?
It's considerably better from what it was. Yeah. Yeah. Hero had a lasting impression. That's all I'm going to say.
It
And
did.
not in a good way.
Do you know what? After the ride itself, the most painful bit was sitting on the brake run.
Yeah, I've got to admit that's probably. Although those
don't know
tight
what-
back turns were pretty. They were pretty bad as well.
Yeah, but the rolls themselves. Jammy, have you ever done Hero for Mingoland?
No, I haven't been since it was installed.
Blinking
Lucky
heck.
person.
Yeah, I've been told many times.
Yeah, no, seriously, it's well, James has never done it, but hopefully we take him there one day and he can do it.
Oh, we so are.
'Cause
We
that
really
that
are.
would be because I would feel like how you felt when I went on it.
Yeah.
It's like, I
I mean,
wonder
with
what
his
he's gonna think about this. Yeah. So hello to everybody in the chat. Hello Aaron. Hello Frill Seeks. Hello Mr. Color Roaster. Hello Theme Park Force and 11 other people watching who aren't chatting. Make sure you like this video, guys, as well. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell and follow us on all our socials. Now we're gonna jump in to some of the news coming out of Flamingoland. Actually, we're just gonna stay in Flamingoland for a bit. Joe, do you wanna go ahead with that?
I sure can, yep. So the park announced, in fact, let me just find the update here because I did share it on TPI. I do apologise.
All right.
Here we go. So they've announced 1 day ago that the Splash Zone, which is their on-site leisure centre, now people have visited, and although it is a limited capacity, the one main thing that seems to be coming out of it is the fact that you're basically turning up in your swim gear, you're having your swim, doing what you want, and then you're having to leave soaking wet. So basically, you're not able to use the on-site changing rooms, which obviously will be down to coronavirus. Well, whatever you want to call it, basically. I'm not even going to say that
Cola
word.
roller.
Roller cola.
Roller cola. What we'll call it, Hero. But yeah.
No, it's Infusion.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's Infusion. Yes, it is
Infusion. So it's down to
yeah.
Infusion. So there we go. But yeah, so basically, you have to leave the building soaking wet, which I've got to admit does not sound very pleasant.
I mean, you can
Well,
take
no,
a towel.
on a day like today or tomorrow, like it wouldn't be too bad. 'cause,
Oh
No,
my
like,
god, yeah.
It
super
wouldn't
hot
be,
weather.
no. Exactly.
It would
Yeah.
be
But
at six.
with
It would be
this-
at
with-
6 o'clock though if you were
But with
camping out in a caravan.
standard UK weather, it probably would.
Yeah.
No.
So so the company that I work for actually run a lot of leisure centres, and you have to turn up gym and swim ready, and you're calling it beach ready. That's the phrase in the industry. You turn up beach ready. But yeah, you can't use any changing room, showers, anything like that at the moment, obviously due to COVID-19 and the restrictions. I think they're just doing it because people who are camping there at Flamingoland, once the park closes, there's not much to do. There's not much in the terms, in the realms of entertainment as well. I've seen a lot of people doing karaoke and just getting out boom boxes at the caravans and.
I've seen people doing it outside their tents. Yeah, it
Yeah,
does look
exactly.
fun.
Yeah, and then like loads of people are turning up and just watching a little gig there at the,
might as
at the
well.
campsite. Fair play. That's one way of doing it. But when your resort's not offering much in terms of entertainment, then that's probably why they've done it, in my opinion, just to sweeten up the deal a little bit.
Yeah, that is very true. But I mean, it's a shame that is the case. But You got to think of like other leisure centres where it's in the middle of a town or a city.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
people going, if they're going to visit and do that, then that's going to be uncomfortable, and surely that's going to put numbers off going. But I suppose at least you can still go do that if you do want to do it and you are willing to do that. So that is positive at least.
At the end of the day, though, you go abroad. I mean, how many times have you gone in the lift with your flip flops and a towel around you before you got to your room?
Many a time, yeah.
So
absolutely dripping all over the lobby.
Exactly. James,
Yeah.
don't even know what you were thinking.
Oh, go on, James.
So
That's what she said.
Oh,
Hey.
really?
dear.
Oh, I apologize. Yeah. So tomorrow I'm at Alton Towers. I'm going to be filming a vlog. I'm going with the missus, and we're going to have a great day. It's going to be scorching hot, so don't know what we're actually going to manage to get done. But I'm trying to go towards the Smiling in the Dark Forest because that wasn't actually in the vlog that much. Well, Dark Forest wasn't at all in the last one. So hopefully I can bring a bit of Rita and 13 to the channel this year, which would be nice. So yeah, just give you a heads up. Probably Sunday on Monday, there'll be a vlog on the channel from Alton Towers. So yeah, just to let you know that. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for news this week. Guys, get some questions in, but we are now going to go over the London resort plans, the master plan, the illustrative master plan. And James actually lives. How close do you live to this?
10-15 minute drive, if that, from the site.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness me.
Can you
That
turn
is
your
close.
mic up a touch, or speak closer to it?
How's
Sorry.
that?
Yeah, that's fine. You seem a little bit quiet because I know you're going to be doing quite a bit of talking for this bit. All right, so we are in Kent, and I'm going to load up
That
the window
is
now.
the Swanscombe Peninsula.
There you go. So here is the plans. We've got it in PDF format, so I can zoom in. But do you want to touch on anything outside of the actual resort first, like the ferry port we were talking about before, for example? Should we go over to that first?
So yeah, if we head over to the ferry port, that is Tilbury Docks, which is at the kind of South Essex. So the master plan calls for they are going to be creating a link and working with the Thames Clipper and Port of London Authority to have a ferry service from the park to Tilbury Docks. There is also going to be car parking, so you can park and take the ferry. It's one of their kind of environmental impact limiting factors. So they are having to provide cycling and walking paths, good public transport links as well. So that's why they are offering that. Going to be building quite a large car park, quite a substantial car park. Looks like they are doing a little bit of work on some of the infrastructure further away.
Yeah,
in terms of transport
junctions, and they're adding things
in terms
too,
of transport links as well. So if we go down to the south of the park now, on the other side of the river.
Yeah, no worries. Top end, right? Up here.
No. Yeah. So top end there. That is.
There is a
ferry
port there though as well. Do you think they're gonna ever use that one?
No, that's So if you look, the outline of the park, that's actually for the industrial area.
Ah, okay. They're not touching that. So it's this bit. So it's this bit.
That will be the port that they are going to be using.
So you will actually go around the park as well, up the river, which is pretty cool.
So if you zoom out and go down to the south of to the very bottom of the PDF.
Yeah, sure.
Now. So that is the A2 running along the bottom there. That is the major route. They are going to be doing some kind of rerouting of traffic to limit the impact of traffic on kind of just the local routing.
Yeah.
So there is going to be a brand new junction and a dedicated road going all the way up to the park. So they won't have to take local roads to get to the park as well.
That'll be handy. At least that'll take that volume of traffic away, won't it?
Yeah, and it will be going up past if you carry on scrolling up, Luke. That there is Ebbsfleet International Station, so they are going to be linking up with that. So there will actually be access from
train
Europe.
Station, right?
That's an international station. That is the Eurostar actually does go through there.
Okay.
So there are going to be links to Europe with the park as well.
So people essentially from Paris can come straight to the park.
Yep. So same as it works with going to Disneyland, there is actually a Eurostar hub really close to Disneyland Paris.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is an international train hub. right next to the park as well. So further up north is then when we come into the park. So a few key features of the park. The resort will include the leisure core, which is 2 theme parks with theme rides and attractions, entertainment venues, retail, and dining. So if you look towards the center, you've got the cluster of buildings at the center.
Yeah.
That's basically the core of the park. And then to the right and left of that, you've got Gate 1, which is the right, which is the one that they've actually done all the detailing on.
Wow.
And then Gate 2, which is down to the bottom left of the main entrance.
So where should we look at first? Should we look at the right-hand side? Let's do the right-hand side first.
Yeah, so this is Gate 1. This is the one that they've got more detailed information on. No information on kind of the amount of rides or what type of rides, but you can gather kind of an idea from that overview that they've done there.
Quite a few coasters there from what I can see.
Yeah, quite a few coasters, quite a lot of water rides
Well,
as well.
I was talking
that
to
top one being there.
Yeah, I was talking to
looking like a
Jammy
water
about
coaster.
that, and it looks like Journey to Atlantis. And Jammy, do you want to tell me what you told me earlier on this afternoon?
Yeah, I was just saying that obviously this is very early concept and proposal art, so
Yeah.
don't get your hopes up just yet. Sometimes they just throw things together to get a vague idea of
Yeah, that is true.
what's going to be, what's the sort of things that they might be looking at.
I mean, there's going to be a lot of IP-based attractions, obviously, within that park. So it'll be interesting to kind of see,
definitely.
how they incorporate that into what they actually do have in the end result.
Because what have we got now? We've got BBC,
Yep.
Paramount.
Paramount.
Has ITV got on board?
I believe so. Yeah, I think ITV
Oh,
has
yeah,
still
Remember
involved.
ITV being there at one point.
So I think it's safe to say we'll definitely see something Doctor Who related here, anyway.
Yeah.
More than likely.
Yeah,
What I've seen, if you guys have seen the Paramount London Resort concept art, is they have this like almost, it's not a Disney castle, but it is a castle, and
Yeah.
they have coasters behind it with dragons and stuff. This, where my cursor is now, is that area. That is
Right.
the centerpiece.
What you assume?
Well, it's on all of the concept art, like the actual illustrations.
So
I
Yeah,
that's
can't-
but
what-
that's the
picture
thing.
of it.
Illustrations can vary a lot from what we actually get.
Yeah, I know.
Just
I know
going
what,
to say,
yeah, I
because
know what you're
at the
saying.
moment, just to put stuff into perspective, London Resort as a company, are losing money.
Mm-hmm.
It is a private investor is putting their own money into this at the moment, and they have stated after I think it's 2022 they will not be putting any more of their own money into it.
Mm-hmm.
It will have to become a self-sustaining venture during construction as well.
So they're going to it needs to happen, and it needs to happen soon, then, doesn't it? Basically.
Yeah.
This is round one. Properly round one of compulsory consultation that they have to do.
Right.
You filled that in the other night, didn't you?
Yeah, I did fill in. The online consultation is 12 questions. It's not much. It's
Yeah.
just like and it asks where you kind of are and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's Gate 1. It looks like it is going to be quite a substantial area. It is a large area of land that they are working with, but they are having to limit ecological impact as well. So if you were to zoom out, Luke,
Yep, sure.
you can see around the entire park is green space with natural walkways and cycle routes around the park.
There is.
That is something that they are having to comply with. They have to keep that because of the marsh. It is essentially marshland that is built on.
Yeah.
Right.
So they have to keep natural kind of space for nesting birds and stuff
Right.
to stay in that area.
And
you see
pylons, by the looks of it.
That is a natural pylon that is already there.
Yeah.
They're not going to be able to change the national grid, I don't think.
I mean, you never know. You never know.
Yeah, there are unfortunately going to be restrictions with it because of how close it is to London, how close it's next to the Thames. Yeah, there is going to be some restrictions that goes along with it, unfortunately.
I mean, still, there is a lot they can do with it. And actually, I was kind of wondering initially before you said that if that was expansion space. But does the park have expansion space available? Should they want to expand the resort? Sort of already kind of put in place. Right, I see. I mean,
we don't know, but there is a fair bit of land around.
I was going to say there's a lot
to acquire it.
Yeah, there's a
quite
lot.
A lot of that land is industrial.
Right.
And quite a lot of them companies have a long established, so I'm not sure whether they're going to be willing to move.
Yeah, because they're like deliveries to ferries, aren't they, and cargo ships and stuff, I'd imagine.
Quite a lot of them is construction as well.
Yeah.
And
Right.
also
What?
logistics hubs for kind of big chain supermarkets and stuff like that.
Well, that
okay.
being said, the construction for this park is going to be made a lot easier though if that infrastructure's already there. They can actually use it.
They essentially. I think that top one is actually cement works.
Oh wow.
That one.
So they've literally
So-
they've got it on tap then, haven't
They
they?
have cement works basically on site, essentially.
Cement on tap.
So that will make
The
it
London
easy.
Resort. That's their slogan.
Cement on tap.
The London
yeah.
Resort. Cement on tap.
And if you look to the left-hand side of that main entrance plaza, that is
Yeah.
Gate 2. That is going to be a smaller park. Whether
Right.
they're going to, because they have got Gate 1, Gate 2.
Yep.
Are they going to focus on constructing Gate 1?
I've heard that Gate 2
And
will be
then
like
Gate
a phase 2.
2 opens later down the line.
Yeah.
So
So what else
the
have you
British
heard, Jammy? Have you heard anything else about the project or?
Nothing else that's been said. I have heard that they were thinking
Yeah.
Gate 2 will be a phase 2.
Yeah.
but
Like,
especially
several
because
years
of the
later.
investment that they are going to be putting into this.
So they want to get the
Um,
attractions in that people are going to come and see rather than sort of a smaller part first, aren't they? Really?
RMC. Sorry.
RMC.
So some of the other stuff that we are going to see on site, 4 hotels.
More cement.
with
Where
up
are the
to-
hotels? Are they at the bottom?
I'm assuming it's going to be around that central core there.
Around here.
So we're going to be getting 4 hotels with up to 3,550 rooms. One of them will be a water
Wow.
park hotel.
God.
So more of a Splash Landings indoor water park leisure centre. There's going to be retail, dining, and entertainment outside of the theme park gates.
Nice.
Oh,
So-
that's gonna be like a city walk.
So you're not going to have to go into the theme park. There's going to be a convention centre. That's what they're
Convention.
branding it. It's a conference and convention centre.
Conferential.
And also an esports centre. So that's actually
Ooh.
quite an interesting one.
That'd
That's
be really
cool. Yeah, that'll pull in
Um,
some crowds for
So
sure.
car parking on the actual peninsula itself and at the Tilbury Docks in Turek.
Brilliant.
So where we saw earlier, a park and glide facility at Tilbury again, which means you can park and you will be able to then access the river transport infrastructure. New access road between A2 Ebbsfleet Junction and the resort. Improved local links, so network of pedestrian
Oh
and
yeah.
cycle
So
routes.
so down here as well. We didn't really touch on this bit down here.
Yeah, they're all of that's new infrastructure for linking local network as well. So habitat creation and enhancement and public access. So they need to keep public access to that area surrounding it,
Yeah.
Right.
and keep natural habitat there as well. They're going to introduce utility, security, and safety provisions for the actual park.
Fantastic.
And most interesting one that I've actually seen,
Go on.
up to 500 homes for London resort workers.
That's a really
Wow.
good point. Yeah. So not only are they going to be creating jobs, they're actually going to be creating homes for these people as well.
Yeah.
Which is like.
So
I'm
London
applying.
Resort is not going to be just a theme park. They are designing this and building this to be kind of a massive hub that is a multi-use space.
It'll be
Yeah,
an-
you've got your theme parks there, but you will have other events and stuff going on at the same time.
I kinda
think
feel like a-
concerts, conferences.
Yeah, like a Fremont
Wow.
Street kind of Vegas feel in that first strip. There, you can imagine you even put a zip line down that. That would be pretty cool.
There's every chance to do that.
Well, Merlin do it. Merlin do it in. I think it is it. Dan, is it Merlin that owns the zip wire? The link.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think it is because it comes from the Vegas Eye, doesn't it? Comes down. Yeah. I think it is, isn't it? I think it is. I actually think it is. I think it's Merlin that owns that zip wire, the link zip wire
wow.
in Vegas, and that comes from kind of a similar looking thing. But this is going to be like a walkway full of shops and stuff, like you said, before you even go in, bars, restaurants. It's gonna pull different kinds of demographic in as well, not just like your teenagers for all the rides and stuff like that, and then enthusiasts like ourselves. It's gonna pull in people, like you said, for the esports and for the conferences, and then you get the big conventions. You can get anything in them, can't you?
It's going to be useful, especially for in terms of
Ooh, imagine a Comic-Con.
in terms of
Ooh,
like
nice.
actually bringing in revenue to the company.
Yeah.
With them not just focusing on it being a theme park, because that is a limited revenue.
Yeah.
It is. And if they want sustainability, there needs to be several different inputs in terms of financial.
So you've got your
option.
retail and kind of dining spaces. They can rent them out to big name chains and stuff.
They can.
You got
Yep.
conference center. It's gonna be a big conference center. You're not. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not gonna be your small little kind of.
Oh, no.
Your local group
It's
goes
got-
around. No, it's big conferences. Think more towards kind of
IAPA.
XL
Yeah.
kind of
So it's-
renting it.
IAPA.
So
Spaces.
it's gonna make like MCM
Possibly.
look like a
Possibly.
daycare, innit?
If it's a big enough space, why not have IAPA there if it's got a theme park next to it? That would
I
make
mean,
sense.
that would
Or
that
at
would
least
make
the-
perfect sense.
European attraction show.
Yes. European
I'm assuming
attraction
we're
as
gonna
well.
get a cinema and stuff in there as well.
Yeah, City Walk. That's exactly what I was thinking of. I think I said that before, Dan. But yeah, City Walk. That's the one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it looks interesting.
Yeah, the coasters that are shown there are just placeholders. There are no kind of plans for what coasters they are going to be bringing into.
They are placeholders, but what I like about it is there's quite a few ideas for water rides.
Yeah.
And it's something we're lacking in this country.
It's
water
water
rides.
Yeah.
I think that's
So-
more due to the climate of the country, though.
Well, yeah, I mean, but still, I mean, people still queue
Although
up for
with it
tidal
getting
wave.
warmer in summers now, it is a lot warmer in summers.
I'm
That's
definitely
gotta
going to be
said.
going on the Rapids tomorrow anyway. I know that for
Yeah.
a fact. Even if you have to queue an hour for it, it's going to happen because it'll just be refreshing. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, doggo. I heard doggo.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I am really. If so, at the moment, this is still a not definite going ahead.
Mm-hmm.
It is still in public consultation. They have had to do these master plans for the public consultation, so people can get an idea of what the place is going to look like.
Yeah.
But if it does happen, it's going to bring a lot of jobs into the area.
Yeah.
And
It is.
the only negative that I could see with it is to do with the A2. It's already a highly congested road as is.
Right.
Is.
And if you actually look to the left hand side of the PDF there, Luke,
Mm-hmm.
up a little bit,
Sure.
A2 links onto that, which is Blue Water. You've already got quite a substantial shopping retail area there.
Yeah. So this
which-
is Blue
that's-
Water, guys. Just outlining
Yeah,
it for you.
that's Blue Water there.
Right.
That junction there already gets pretty backed up at some, especially as you come towards Christmas and stuff like that,
Yeah.
with everyone going there.
Well-
So they need to make sure that they get these junctions right to support the infrastructure.
They do
and
the
what they're wanting to put
Sorry.
in.
Yeah,
because-
the traffic needs to be routed right to the resort. It doesn't,
Yeah.
they need to make sure it's kept separate from that volume of traffic.
Well,
For sure.
the
Yeah.
A2 is an A road, but it is at that point the width of a motorway. It is 4 lanes.
Yeah, I just seen that. Just noticed that.
But the route into Blue Water,
Right.
It's two.
so that junction into Blue Water,
it's 2 lanes.
can quite often get on the actual A2 itself,
Oh, this bit.
on the A2 there and from the other side
Oh,
can
course,
quite
that way,
often
yeah.
get mile 2, 3 mile tailbacks on the actual A2 itself. Yeah.
Jeez.
Ah.
So it's literally like a Trafford Centre then. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting.
So
from it.
that's the only thing that I feel like the local residents will have a major issue with. Maybe probably noise and stuff. I
mean,
don't really care about.
I mean,
I'm not close enough to care about the noise, to be honest.
No.
It's mainly the traffic routes and stuff.
I mean,
Now-
potentially, is there an answer that is, there to that? Could they build, say, a new road or a new motorway that kind of
They
takes
are
away
they
from
are
that?
building new links onto the A2. The
Right.
A2 as is can't be changed.
No,
But
but obviously,
they're not going to be changing it.
but they can alter it so that the traffic will be better handled from what it kind of
Yeah.
is now.
yeah.
That's why they are implementing the kind of cycle and pedestrian routes as well for locals to use.
And the other links, the other link
and
ID is
the ferry
e.g.
link as well.
I was going to say is that that's a good sort of option too, because again that takes away traffic volume and obviously gives another way into the resort as well.
That is a very good thing that they have done.
Yeah.
Is for traffic coming from Essex,
Yeah,
they can park at Tilbury and
Brilliant.
get the ferry. That should hopefully kind of
yeah. So
it goes around there, so that's cool.
So it'll take a good chunk away already.
And they are wanting to be sustainable, and they have a goal of net zero carbon emissions.
Brilliant.
So they are going to be wanting people to use public transport rather than driving.
Yeah.
So do you think that like the blue water being there now, just imagine this, like it's about as close as
they're not going to be changing anything to do with blue waters.
No,
links,
I don't.
Although it does need to.
So what I would suggest is
Not gonna
there's
lie.
going to be shuttles that run. Probably.
There will be bus routes.
Yeah, I think there'll be shuttles that run from Blue Water because the amount of money you could make from people just going visiting Blue Water and then going over to the park, not even going in the theme park, but going into the city walk kind of area, and then them going home from there. They spend a couple £100 there, and then they go back to Blue Water and then they drive back. I mean, you could even park on Blue Water and shuttle it over, which probably could be encouraged later down the line for people to do that.
I don't think they would.
Do you not reckon?
No. Purely because of the aspect, if you're driving in, what's the point in park? Why would it make sense for them to encourage you parking at Blue Water and paying for parking at Blue Water when they've built this link road from the A2
True.
up to the park?
True.
They would want, if you're going to drive, they want you to park on site so that they can get your parking.
I think what I meant to say was, if I'm going to Blue Water by public transport...
If you were going to Blue Water just for a day and then went, oh, you know what, I want to pop over to... Yeah, then a shuttle makes sense, but they're not gonna kind of encourage you to park at Blue Water.
No, it's a good point. No, I completely said that wrong. But I mean, even like if you could get a bus to the Ferry Port in Essex and then...
There is already bus links to that ferry port, because that ferry port, if you go over to it, at the moment, it does have some links straight, like literally just straight across the river down.
And there's already a good substantial amount of parking already there as well. So
yeah. So if you scroll down on it, Luke.
Yep. So where am I going?
Zoom out a bit so you can see the entire river.
Okay. Yep.
There is already links going straight across the river, just straight down, because there is a ferry at Gravesend, and that is Gravesend there.
So here.
Yep, that is part of Gravesend. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Didn't know that. You live around
there,
there, don't you?
I live off map. It's a bit further down.
Oh, I live off map.
Off map. Off map. No. I live a bit further over to the right.
My home's not on there.
Yeah. So let's just fantasy build this park then. If you, we'll ask you guys in the chat as well. What rides, what coasters do you want to see? What manufacturers?
I want an RMC in there.
Yes, we do need an RMC. But
yeah, we do.
This blue layout that I'm looking at right now feels like it's part of this building plan. Like the stations in this building are in this section. And I believe that is one of the standout structures of the park. Now, that blue layout, I've seen that blue track on the concept art as well. So as well as the castle, I'm just using castles in quotation marks. That layout has been there with the like proposed massive cobra roll and then the three helixes. But that could be an actual plan. Out of all of them, I think that could be it because it's part of the building. Do you see what I'm trying to say? Like, it's part of the structure for that area. Now, is that gate 1? That's gate 1, right?
Yeah, gate 1.
So everything left is gate 2. So this is gate 2 here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now, to me, gate 2 looks almost like...
Gate 2 is very placeholder.
Yeah.
Because if it is a phase 2 development, they're not going to have... Like, they're going to have to obviously state that something's going to be there, but specifics they don't really need to
several
go
years
into at
later.
the moment.
Ooh, this is interesting. I didn't see this bit before.
So that's going to be one of the kind of public transport links.
Yeah,
I'm
you'll come
assuming.
in from that side, I'd imagine. Hang on, is that gingerbread man? What's that?
Yeah, actually,
That is
isn't it?
actually a
That is
I've never
actually a
seen
gingerbread man.
Okay. Let me go on to Google Maps because I need to see whether that's there.
Is that there in real life? We found an
never
Easter egg.
seen
The
that.
first
That's fun.
RMC themed in the UK is going to be to a gingerbread man.
Run as fast as you can.
Oh no! Not the good drop button.
It's not there on Google Maps.
Where's that come from?
Hello, Sean. Hope you enjoyed your trip to Europe, mate. We need to have words with you about something you said on Twitter about Nemesis not being as good as Black Mamba. Ooh. Jammy agrees with that statement though, so I can't really go into it too much.
Arguments.
It's true.
Fighting talk.
Why is there? I'm really confused now. Why is there a gingerbread man?
I don't know why there's a
I
gingerbread
just
man
want
there.
to focus on that now.
I'm gonna ignore it.
No, go back.
No, it's definitely there.
Yeah.
Are we all just
It
seeing
is.
It's like a
No, it's
group
definitely there.
hallucination.
No, it's definitely there.
That's crazy.
Why?
Is there like a key code for the plan somewhere? It says follow the gingerbread man. Like,
Drew,
I
Drew, we learn.
Let me
Yeah,
go
I
on to
can't-
Google Earth now. 'Cause
disclaimer.
I know
Disclaimer.
that
This
means
is not to
Google
scale. Do not follow the gingerbread man. No, I'm only joking. That is so random.
Earth. Why?
You think someone think someone just got bored and thought, screw it, I'll just stick it on there for
Talk about placeholders. Yeah, that's actually a bus stop.
And it's not there on Google Earth. So
Oh, okay, so it is a placeholder for something.
they added it themselves. I don't know.
Wow. What do you guys think the gingerbread man is? Let us know in the comments. Is it code for Greg's? Could be a Greg's. That'd be awesome. But yeah, anyway.
That's.
We're back on topic.
Right, have we got anything going on in the chat? Should we have a quick look over there?
Quite a lot.
Yeah.
We have.
Someone
I
says
thought we
probably
did.
employee housing. Employee housing, what the gingerbread man is. Employee housing.
It's Greg's, I'm telling you.
Chat has been very active tonight. Gee.
Gav from Virtual Towers Online. No, we are not going to render this out in 3D. Left my ass off. F that.
God, can you imagine?
Fair enough,
Wow.
Gav.
Do it, Gav. Do it.
Absolutely.
Go on.
At
do
least
it.
do the gingerbread
Do it.
man. Put a gingerbread man with the cake on Alton Towers. That would be funny. That'd be an Easter egg. Nobody would know what it is.
Until I see workers on land, I'm not getting my hopes up too much. They have done some groundwork. That's the thing. From what I know, they have cleared out a little bit of space. Not much, but stuff has been going on
the
site.
preparations have already begun then.
Hello, Digital Dan. Hello, Coaster Dan.
It's
Hello.
the stuff that they've done on site is more investigative work, so seeing the land composition and stuff there.
Right. So they can sort of judge the foundations correctly and all of that
Yeah.
sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
doubt
they
the
get
track's
down to
really,
place.
if you look how the track comes out the Cobra Road. Yeah, no, I get that. Like, but what I'm saying is there's plans for something to be in that area. 100%.
Yeah. So all of where the coasters are
Yeah.
will be roughly where they are in the actual plans.
So
What they are and the layouts definitely just
completely-
placeholder.
yeah.
Just
yeah.
if you look at them, they're not realistic layouts.
No.
They're not
No.
stuff that would be physically
This one is.
possible.
no.
This big one is. This
Mm,
kerfuffle is. Because it's got a
I-
lot of interaction. Looks like a lift hill. Maybe.
That
a
to me
launch.
just seems like they went, we need a coaster there, and the person
No, there's a
doing the
queue
3D
line there
design-
as well.
No, but the actual track layout, the person doing the 3D design just went scribble. Okay, yeah, that works.
And it goes
Dude-
to placeholders.
Doodle.
But it does look like a queue line's there though.
Yeah, they will put stuff like a queue line in, but the actual layouts are nothing like.
Maybe it's just a
Be there.
massive slinky dog coaster and we can all appreciate it for what it is. And a time machine.
I think one thing you can probably pretty much guarantee is you're going to see some sort of form of New Age Vekoma in there somewhere, I would imagine. I think that's a very high candidate have been in there.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And I'd also say RMC, with how much demand there is for that particular type of coaster.
Yeah.
You know, if any park are going to do it and get the numbers in, it's going to be these guys. You know, they really are, and they could make it work as well. You know, they could fit it to like a fantasy theme. So yeah.
Mr. Coloros asking, where is this? So this is in Kent on the Swanscombe Peninsula. So if you Google where Blue Water is, essentially, and have a look at maps, that's next to where this park is.
Something I've just noticed as well, if you look towards the top, is it the top of the gate 1? It seems like there's like an amphitheater style thing, sort of like
This?
Oh yeah,
Phantasmic
yeah, there
at
is.
the Disney parks.
Yeah.
So it looks like they might be thinking about having outdoor shows and be
Cool.
of a
Concert
big
venue.
scale.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
kind of
could
feel
be.
like that would happen. At the moment, it kind of feels like it's going to be a bit like PA, with different areas, with different themes, maybe. Like this kind of has an adventure look to it. This definitely has an adventure look to it.
I've seen a lot of news outlets saying like UK's answer to Disneyland.
Yeah, let's not go
I
with that one.
I don't
No.
feel like it's gonna be that.
No,
It's
it's
not going to be an answer to Disneyland.
No,
It is going to be a pretty detailed theme park because of the IPs and the contracts that they're getting in place.
And it has to be so it feels like you're in them movies and them scenes,
especially
right? So,
because remember, if you look at the right hand side,
yeah.
next to Gate 1 is still going to be industrial land.
Mm-hmm.
They're not buying that land at the moment.
This bit.
So no, all the way up the side.
Oh well, yeah.
All the way up. All that's industrial. They are going to have to try and hide that from being visible inside the park.
I wonder how many ship horns you'd hear throughout the throughout your visit there.
It's not too bad actually.
Do you hear anywhere you live?
Occasionally.
Occasionally.
But very, very occasionally.
Very occasionally.
The only time that you really hear them quite often is if it's really foggy, and they are just doing it because of the fog. Recently,
I genuinely thought that was a ship.
Recently, the only time I've heard it
Yeah.
is when they were doing the claps for the NHS.
Oh wow.
So ships were actually using their horns during the claps. Wow. That's the only time I've heard them recently. The past month, nothing. Haven't heard ship at all.
Wow.
Because it is quite wide at that point in the river, so two ships can go past each other. So
yeah, so this section down here that I'm just looking at now, this little tucked away section, that definitely looks like a coaster there. It's going around. Can you see it? See the layout?
Yeah.
Yeah, or an indoor kind of.
Something might be indoor, might just be tucked away some themed
that area looked very, very like Universal Studios or how
Ben
Hollywood
Jacobs,
Studios
on the
used
concept art, you can see multiple shows: the flying theatre in the lower right, water coaster top left, and then of course coaster and other dark rides.
Yeah, you can see a lot.
100% agree. Portaventura Europa Park style.
Cool. But is that what you guys want? Is that what you guys want? Let us know in the chat. Let us know in the comments. What rides would you like to see? Would you like to see Intamin Blitz, something like Maverick? Would you like to see an RMC like Zadra? Would you like to see something like Millennium Force? Well, B&M Hyper. Could you build a Hyper? Probably could, maybe.
Well, that's another thing. I think with
height
proximity to London, height restrictions are going to be.
What is it with our parks? They're not even built yet, and they're annoying me.
I'd probably say it's going to be similar to Thor.
Yeah.
Could
build a hype and then
the only airport realistically that I can feel it interfering with
would it be London
possibly
City?
London City Airport, yeah. It's not directly under the approach path though, because the approach path is actually over Essex.
Well,
so
that's good.
On the other side of the river for that runway at least.
I still can't imagine we'll see anything major.
You're not gonna see anything record breaking height wise.
No, maybe not height wise, but maybe
I'm hoping that we are gonna get some taller coasters. Fingers crossed we can get a hyper.
I hope we get a clone of Journey to Atlantis that we have up here. that is a bucket list
that would
ride for me.
Yeah, it would be very cool.
That would be awesome. I can't wait to eventually at some time in the next
want some good coasters
whenever.
like RMCs. Intamin Blitz would be cool. RMC Better Happen or We Riot. Definitely all of them.
Something
Just
like the
want
Hulk could work, but obviously,
yeah.
Parksville, just want amazing theming like the Europe parks. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we're gonna get
we
that.
need a big contender to.
Yeah, I want
Europe park.
I want theming like Fantasia Lands with Taron and stuff.
You just want
Like-
rocks everywhere.
No, but if you actually look at that area, it's not just rocks. They have done a lot of really well themed buildings. And
Yes.
stuff.
I don't even just like the Africa
With the
area.
star.
It's brilliantly
Yeah.
well done.
That walkway that Sean took a picture of, you walk through Black Mamba's Loop. I didn't even know that. I was like, eh? Like,
Yeah.
what? Yeah, that was crazy. What are we talking about? The new proposed London resort in London. That's the easiest way to say it.
They call it London Resort. It's not in London. It's outside. London.
Yeah, it's outside London. Now, this little area here, this looks pretty cool. Like, this looks like there's a lot going on. Like some sort of transport ride here. Some kind of track on top of the roof here. Something.
Could be
looks
like
like.
an monument, maybe.
I'd say that's more
Yeah.
like probably an indoor dark ride type thing.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
I think that's just bit sort of part of the building design of those bits on the top.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly.
It looks like it's going to be like a bit of a piratey type area where
Yeah.
you can see the water
Are you sure?
and the ship.
Yeah.
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 As long as
It's free
new park,
ships. Four
new
ships.
park in London opening 2055. Please no. Funny thing is-
2156.
Funny thing is, it was meant to have opened last year.
Yeah.
In the original proposal that they did ages ago, back in what was it, 2012,
Mm.
2011, planned opening was last year / this year.
So it needs to happen.
We're in
ASAP.
consultation one.
Oh no.
So let me just.
They
switch
haven't
back
been
over
given
to-
permission to build it yet. So, from what it looks like, they are hoping to, after the consultations, start construction 2022. I think was the earliest,
Yeah, it
Um,
was.
and opening anticipated 2024-25. So quite a short construction period for the scale that they want to do. To be fair.
Hmm.
This is the.
Which is
image-
also.
Sorry, go on. It's okay.
I'll just say that also leads to support the idea that it will be in phases because they
Yeah.
won't
Yeah.
get all of that done in two,
If you
3 years.
scroll up quickly, Luke.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, on the page you were just on. Page you were just on.
Oh, wait. I've not even switched that over yet on the podcast.
Oh yeah.
So, do you want me to come
So-
off that image? Go up one.
Go- No,
Um,
up one more.
That
Good
one?
evening to
one.
Spanking.
Hello, Ben. Nice to see you, mate. Hope you're doing
Because
okay.
that's actually very close to what they've
Right.
got in the concept.
Before you
plans.
talk about it, let me put it on. Nope,
Sorry.
that's the wrong one. Nope. Where is it? There it is. Got it.
So here is from a random news website.
Mhm.
This is basically more of a 3D overview of Gate 1. So a lot of the buildings that they have got on that master plan, it does
Are there?
a lot. The buildings are there. They are kind of roughly where they are.
And there is
You are,
track on top of
and
that
you do
building.
get. Yeah, there is. I can see blue track just above
Yeah,
that building
see, the
that you
blue
were
track
saying.
is
Yeah.
it's
Only
there.
just. It's
Yeah.
very, very hard to see.
So I'll highlight it for everybody. So it's in this area.
It
It
doesn't
is.
look like it's part of the building though.
It is
It's
just
just
going through the
next to
building,
it.
so I can actually see the layout. It goes through the building there. Comes
Oh yeah,
through.
it does.
So whether that's an
Yeah.
actual layout that they are going to do,
But that is a massive Cobra roll.
I think that's probably going to be.
I feel like that could be a double backwards and forwards launch Intamin, like Icebreaker, but bigger.
I think that's going to be Star Trek. Yeah.
Wait, is Intamin Icebreaker Intamin?
I'm
Premiere.
surprised
Yeah,
Harry
fine.
Potter was not in the plans.
No,
So we won't get anything Harry Potter related,
No.
No.
because Universal have that IP.
I
They can keep that.
sorry.
So the IPs that you can expect to see are stuff from BBC, ITV, and Paramount.
Unless Warner Bros. Were to buy into it, in which case,
I don't think you would see
No.
that happening.
Now this
Purely because of Universal having the contract with them.
this
Very
is
good point,
Universal will be very, very adamant on keeping that.
yeah.
yeah, that is very true. Yeah,
Now to me, guys, this is what I was saying is that castle area,
yeah,
Yeah, I can
and
see
you can
that now.
see the coastal layouts as well, which does match the ones that are on the plans. The way it goes round the castle and comes back. So
Is that a woody I see on the right there?
I don't think it
By
is. I
the
think
dragon?
I don't know. It might
No.
be. No, it's just dragon wings. I think with the lots of.
A London Resort
again-
opening whenever we can be bothered to.
Nice, Alex.
I like that.
Yeah, that's cool. That's funny. New slogan. Cement on tap. We'll finish it when we can be bothered. Sponsored by Gingerbread Man.
What is with that gingerbread?
But they've got fireworks though. Like they've got fireworks in the concept art. Now, obviously, that is probably me just being
It's
stupid. But
not gonna. It's. I don't.
They might do
I don't
fireworks. They
I
might
don't
do
anticipate
fireworks.
it being nightly shows or anything.
No. Special
With-
events maybe, but
With
Is it?
It won't be
with
nightly.
the area around it, it's right next to. It's right next to homes.
So that's the bit that we were just looking at. This bit here.
Right.
Yeah.
So imagine
Remember the concept art that
that.
they've got in that very first original concept art will be very compressed.
yes.
They're trying to fit a lot of park into a very small picture.
Yeah.
yeah, they're just going for this is kind of what
This
we
is
want
main
to
things
do.
that we want in the area. Whether they're there in real life, no.
Now you can kind of see in this section here. There is track going
Yeah,
around,
there is.
like helixes and like stuff going on.
That definitely looks like a woody.
You might
Especially-
be right. Might be a mine
especially-
train.
I
Oh.
remember seeing in the very early concept art there was 1 or 2 wooden coasters in it.
Ah. Oh yeah. No, I do remember that. I mentioned
Well,
that. Yeah.
Gingerbread Man the ride.
And over here is that like universal kind. Oh, hang on. That looks like a rocket. Is that a rocket? That's a
It
rocket.
looks like
That looks like a rock.
It's
looks like a-
Tomorrowland.
looks like a movie backlot. Does that?
Doctor Who.
It kind of does look like a movie backlot. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's the studios,
No,
Yeah.
but remember
Paramount Studios.
this part of the concept. This was before they had the whole issue of Paramount pulling out.
Ah,
At
right.
one
Okay.
point. This was the very original concept that they did, where it was only the Paramount IP.
Right. So obviously that's why.
After Paramount pulled out because it renamed from Paramount Park to London Resort.
Yeah.
Then we got them coming on board with BBC and ITV, and then Paramount then renewed a contract with them again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Afterwards. So what we saw on the original concept arts has kind of changed quite a bit already, because we are just seeing a lot more IPs that they can draw
Yeah.
from rather than just Paramount IPs.
That's very true.
It's interesting though, isn't it? Like it's really cool to talk about. I mean, it's something that we've
It's
needed
cool
in
to
this
talk
country.
about, but what's the point in talking about it? It needs to happen. That's so I'm hoping
Yeah.
because this is consultation. I'm hoping that a lot of the locals are on board with it, and
Yeah.
it has a smooth, easy kind of progression through, and actually gets permission to be built.
Do you think there's anywhere else in the UK they could build this?
With what they want to do with it, no.
Because of the ferry, the train.
Because of the transport links.
Yeah.
They
Mm.
with the investment level that they're wanting to put into this, just having people visiting from the UK isn't gonna be kind of worth it
It
for
wouldn't
them.
be sustainable
Essentially,
enough. No.
No.
that's why they chose. It's a big plot of open land that they have been lucky that they can buy out. I'm surprised it never actually got built on before. And with the fact that it's right next to an international train station,
It's right next.
literally
it's on
within
Europe's
walking
doorstep.
distance.
Yeah.
Within walking distance, you don't even have to get a bus from the park to that train station. You can walk it
Yeah.
within 5-10 minutes. It's perfect location for it to be built.
Also, just a quick one. That looks like multi-story car park in there.
Yeah. It's gonna probably be car parks.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's going to
If-
be a monorail.
If you look towards like the main kind of conference center, central hub part of it,
Yeah.
it looks like a lot of them big buildings that we're seeing around there. So the kind of arced ones, the big square one at the back of it.
Yeah.
They look to be hotels, and the one that you were
Yes.
just hovering over there, Luke,
This one.
with that big kind of bubble behind it, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that I'm anticipating to be the
Water
water park
park.
one.
Yeah. I think so.
I get free train tickets, Luke. I'll sort you out, mate.
I mean, so obviously, assuming everything goes to plan, it all goes ahead, it gets built. Imagine what this is going to do for the UK industry alone,
Yeah.
and what this will do for Merlin. This is going to light a fire right under Merlin's backside, and they're going to have to step up big time.
Yeah, they need some competition.
Big time.
Yeah.
Yep.
UK theme park industry has had no competition. It's just Merlin.
And this will give them exactly that. It's going to make such a difference. It really is.
It really is. And you know what? Competition, who's it good for? It's good for the customer, right? Consumer. So
it certainly is.
Hopefully we get some more rides. We get some new flat rides. We get some new water rides. We get a new water park, an amazing conference conferential centers.
Wait,
and,
let me get it again.
Random floating gingerbread men.
Conferential centre. Conferential centre. That's it. That is very hard to say.
Nobody wants a floater.
Again, though, the one thing that I find really interesting, and it just shows kind of the progression that we are taking in terms of kind of with the internet and stuff. The fact that they are actually going to be building a dedicated esports centre.
Yeah.
That is
cool.
Pretty.
Because esports in the UK, you have like they've done O2 XL stuff like that, but they're not dedicated centres for it.
Nah, I know they've done events at the Luxor in Vegas as well.
But the fact that they are planning on building a dedicated esports centre, that actually again is another whole revenue that they can draw in on, because they can hold big, so Xbox One's press releases.
Ooh, E3.
Like E3.
Oh, nice. Imagine that.
While it might not be as big of a centre.
E3 at a theme park. What?
But if you had stuff like E3 there, it's a dedicated esports centre. I'm assuming they're going to have places where they have computers set up so you can do kind of LAN games and stuff.
I'd say so, yeah, definitely. I think that'd be a really good way to sort of move forward.
It's essentially because a lot of esports events, they're events at specific times of the year.
Yeah.
With an esports centre, that's an opportunity to have year-round esports stuff happening. Yeah. That's an opportunity for year-round income.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, 100%.
Because it's not kind of been confirmed whether the theme park gates are going to be open year-round. It would be amazing if they actually follow suit of somewhere like Leedsburg and have winter events running all the way round. Yeah, you might have some rides close over the winter for maintenance and stuff, but the fact that you can go to the theme park, that would be amazing that would definitely challenge Merlin.
Yeah, it challenged Winter Wonderland as well.
Challenge Merlin.
It would.
For the fact that we could have a theme park that is open year round. That would be amazing. That's all speculation, nothing confirmed.
Fair to say that every enthusiast would be pouring through those gates, if that did happen.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah. Christmas in a theme park. Happy days.
That'd be nice. It would
be
nice.
Be amazing.
Really would.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that pretty much covers the London resort. Let's turn to the chat, guys. Pick some questions out maybe, and then we'll call it a do. That was a really quick hour. Wow.
It's gone really fast.
I mean, it's like 45 minutes.
It's because there's a lot to look at with that.
Yeah.
It's just...
Yeah. It's a big project.
It really is.
Massive project. I really like the ferry idea, though. It does. I don't hate to say it's a bit cliche, but it does remind me of Disney. You can get on a ferry and go over to like Magic Kingdom and stuff like that. Like it really does have that special kind of resort feel.
Don't expect anything in terms of like themed boats and
I'm
stuff.
not.
It is purely
all aboard the Boris Johnson.
It's purely a form of transport.
All aboard the Theresa May.
To be fair, Boris is a giant floater in himself, isn't he? So, So if anybody likes him, I apologise.
That was brilliant. That is brilliant.
And on that bombshell,
moving on.
No, so I think we're done. Do you want guys? You pick anything out from the chat quickly? Just quickly run through. Have a look.
One thing that I've just realised as well, that last concept art that you showed, the kind of 3D view.
Yeah.
If we can get that back up on quickly.
You don't ask so much, do you? There you go.
Where is Gate 2?
Yeah.
That shows how early that they were. That this was. I'm assuming because of the fact that they're bringing on more IPs. Just going back to it, that rather than just Paramount, they don't have space to have all 3 IPs with just one gate. So originally it looked like it was just going to be one gate, and now they're actually going to expand it into 2 separate theme parks.
Yeah.
I'm assuming your admission ticket will be for both parks. Or...
It could be a park hopper ticket, season pass tickets. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fact that there is a gate 2 is missing from that concept.
Yeah, it is.
Is actually quite interesting, which shows how early and how much they've actually changed their plans since them early concept arts and bringing it into
definitely
more recent concepts.
All right, so guys, if you did miss the top end of this show, today we are sponsored by Recovering at a Time Addict Clothing, which obviously is Screwy Loops merch. So make sure you go on over there and use the promo code. Someone else say it.
I love Hero.
And get 25% off.
And I really don't.
HERO.
Yeah, so thank you very much, Chris, for doing that. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And Joe, where can people find Theme Park Insanity?
So you can find us over on our official website, which is www.themeparkinsanity.co.uk. We do also have a online merch shop ourselves too, and we are offering 20% off at the moment with using the code TPI1year, all capitals, so TPI1, the number 1, and year. We do also have a brand new range on there too, which we have just relaunched with our new logo, and it's a much reduced range just to kind of keep it focused. We also have the Facebook page, which is at Theme Park Insanity, at TPI official rather. Daily updates, lots of content going on there. We have an official review on there, and we have a few interviews on the way too. So come check us out and come say hi.
And Jammy, where can people find you at?
Jammy Creations on YouTube and Twitter.
Oh, just a quick one. Have you used the new Fireworks Sim much recently?
I'm working on a few things.
Oh,
nice.
Oh, thought I'd
we'll see.
Yeah, make sure you go over and subscribe to his channel. I'll put the link in the video description. I actually forgot to do that, so sorry, Jammy. But yeah, all the links will be in the video description. And so for now, guys, I've been Luke, he's been Joe, and he's been Jammy, and we've been CoasterGen, and we'll see you next time. Say bye, James.
Bye, James.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.